Hey, I finally got around to having some time here. I still have a mess from our trip, but I figured I'd make you a video of these forks. Let's start with the top. There's your factory top clamps. Everything up here looks to be pretty well standard. Still has the regular screw. I'll try to keep this in focus too, sorry. There's a nut. When the other guy bought the Castle nut off of me, which is the one that goes just underneath that on that second set of, that second set of threads, it would be the lock nut. That's the only part I don't have, is that Castle nut that goes on there. These forks were last registered in Colorado in 2010, so these aren't something that's been sitting around forever. I've had them for some months here, and I know the bike blew up a year ago or so. So I would say they were run even in as far as 11, but don't seem to have any leaks. Do have two different lowers. Both fork seals appear to be good. There's no leakage. They're really clean. I've looked over the lower fork tubes and I've not seen any nicks or dings. These seem to be very clean, and even these uppers seem to be really clean. They're much cleaner than my WRs. Yeah, this is a little bit of that's just some sticky goo that's rubbing off. So I haven't cleaned these yet either, so if there's something that shows up, it's likely to be dirt. But there's both of those. There's this one, same thing. The fork seals seem to be in sufficient shape, no leakage. The bottoms, let's see here, it'll come with both of those steering head bearings, because I don't know what else to do with them. Okay, and here's the bottoms in case you want to see those. They both look pretty clean. I mean, it was a track bike. This was not a trail bike. Both of those are pretty clean. They have the adjusters up on the inside. I can't really get a picture of them, but they're both in there. In fact, we'll do a quick screwdriver check. That's probably wrong. Let's use that one. Alright, get into there. That clicker moves. It's not seized up or anything. That one seems fine, making its clicky sound. So both of the clickers seem good. There's your brake mount, the back sides of the fork legs. You're just seeing the light reflecting on that. This doesn't have any wear to it, but both really clean. There's the back sides of them. Like I say, these ones are much cleaner than what I have on my WR. Same with this one, it's just a little dirty down there. So those are the forks. I'm gonna put my screwdriver up. Stand these guys back up and get them out of the way, and then I'll show you what I got for the rest of it. This is my brake setup I've got. This is the Akebono master cylinder. I don't know much about these. It's an adjustable. Some more similar to my Brembo than anything else. Good brake lever. Everything seems to move fine. They do could use a polish if you really want them to look nice, but pretty standard otherwise. It's made. It has its own line. I believe the line to be good. I've never bled this. It just came to me this way. But I have a couple of lines, and I believe I have a couple of calipers. But there's the brake caliper, standard Nissan, like all of them came with. Cosmetically, it's pretty good. The brake pads, however, are pretty well worn down. But there would be some life if you wanted to use those. And it's a dual piston, and everything moves and seems to be okay. I can't, don't think I can move that one-handed. But yeah, I can't do it one-handed, but it moves. Everything seemed to be fine when I checked it out. So there's a brake. You want to know about wheels? I've been running this. This is the wheel that came with. My garage is a mess, so excuse that. This is the wheel that came with that roller frame. It's much cleaner than my WR wheel. The finish on the rim and everything is still in pretty good shape. It needs a true. It's definitely not true. I noticed tonight at 50, it's got all, I wouldn't even call it a hop. It just needs to be trued. So, but it's a much cleaner wheel than the other one. The other wheel, I'll show you. I could care less which one you'd want because they both seem to be fine off-road. But the other wheel definitely has a more hammered appearance. it's been beat over the years. I don't know if you can tell, but the finish on it, it's just got a lot of rock chips and rock dings. And I remember this one not being straight and true as well. It's had numerous tire changes with hand levers. The hub on this one is very stained, just Oregon mud on it. Both of them have good rotors. Nothing wrong with either rotor, but you have your choice on that. I would think you'd want the YZ rim. It definitely is the shinier, nicer of the two. So, and this one's definitely been used in the mud a lot. So that would be your front wheel. I'll buy an axle. I can get one off of eBay. Here's some of the other parts I have. You want a wakeboard, I'll throw that in for free. There's a frame. I do have a frame. I have one radiator left, but I don't think you're gonna need that. Rear fender, swing arm subframe, CDI box, coil. Some good parts. I still have one bike. Here's another caliper. Like I say, if you wanted, that one might even be cleaner, so you could feel free to have that one. Don't know, I have no idea where that one came from. And here's another brake line. It's very similar to the other one. Here's another front brake line off of a YZ. So I have a few of those. And I can't remember how I got them all, buying wheels, or I don't know. My bike came with a bunch of parts too. But here's my WR. Like I said, with my forks, those ones are much cleaner than these. Have been revalved. They would never work on a KLR. They're way too soft. But these are the same year, should be the same exact fork. But I've got, I don't know if you can see that. This is where this one hit a rock in Moab. It's just hammered the surface. These have had numerous fork seals and all been done at home. So they've kind of taken a little more of a beating. And I know these bottoms, like there's a good mark there. These things are constantly, we hit some rocks this last weekend, as well as put this thing in a giant hole. But you can see that YZ hub it's still that aluminum-y silvery color. And it's overall just a much cleaner. It doesn't even have the rust on the spokes the WR wheel does. But feel free to let me know which one you'd want. Obviously you wouldn't need the tires anyways, but I'm going to be using the knobbies this season. This set's still got some knob, but it's wore out. The other one's brand new, so it'd come without tires to you, which probably wouldn't matter. But there's the wheels. So that's your fork, your triple clamps, steering stem. It's all standard YZ stuff. It's all over my garage, which is just a total mess. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.